Hi friends! Today I'm going to show you 5 essential macrame knots that will help you create most macrame projects, from wall hangings and plant hangers to keychains, bags, and so much more. First, I'll show you the Lark's head knot. It's one of the most essential knots in macrame because it's used to attach your cords to a base, whether that's a ring, a dowel, a branch, or just about anything else you'll be working on. Fold your cord in half by bringing the two ends together. Then, place the loop you've created over your base and pull the loose ends through it, just like I'm showing you here. In most cases, that's all you need to secure your cords, but sometimes you want them to stay in place a little more firmly. When that's the case, I like to use this knot. I honestly don't know its name, so just follow along. The important thing here is to pull the cords forward, not out to the sides, one toward you and the other away from you. Otherwise, the knot won't turn out like this. And that's our first knot done. It's as basic as it gets, nothing complicated, but it's one of the most important knots to learn. Now, using the knot we just learned, let's attach our cords and move on to the square knot. This is another essential macrame knot that's used in all kinds of projects, from plant hangers and wall hangings to bags, clothing, and so much more. To tie a square knot, you'll always need more than 2 cords because you'll need filler cords in the center. There can be 2, 3, or even more filler cords. Then you'll need 2 or more working cords to tie the knot around them. Take the 2 outer cords, bring the right working cord over the filler cords and under the left working cord. You can start from either side, it doesn't make a difference. Now take the left working cord, pass it behind the filler cords and the right working cord, then bring it through the loop created by the right cord. Pull both cords tight while keeping the filler cords straight and pulled downward. That's half of the knot. Now we'll repeat the same steps in the opposite direction. A simple way to remember which working cord goes first is to look at the loops sitting on top. Whichever side that loop is on, that's the side you start from with the first working cord. And that's a complete square knot. From here, simply keep repeating the same sequence for as many knots as your project calls for. Next up is a variation of the square knot, the spiral knot. It's one of the easiest macrame patterns to make because it's simply one half of the square knot repeated over and over from the same side. As you keep tying it, the cords naturally begin to twist into a beautiful spiral. Tie one half of the square knot, tightening each knot evenly. Instead of switching to the opposite working cord, keep using the cord on the same side and tie another half knot. Continue like this until the cords begin to twist into a spiral. Once they start twisting, rotate the entire set of cords around its axis in the direction they're naturally curling, then keep tying from the same side as before. Technically, the working cords do switch places, but visually it looks like you're always using the same one. To keep your spirals nice and even, I recommend counting your half knots and making the same number before each twist. It gives the finished piece a much cleaner look. I usually do 6 half knots between each turn. That's it! Just keep repeating the pattern until you've reached the length you want. One little tip, I like to finish with a single half knot instead of a full spiral. It helps the cords hang naturally at the end instead of looking oddly twisted. The next knot is the double half hitch knot. This is another essential macrame knot. It's used to create most lines, outlines, and all kinds of patterns. It may look complicated at first, but once you understand the basic idea, it's actually very simple. There can be as many cords as you like. It all depends on your project. The only real limit is the length of your base. First, choose the cord you'll be tying around. This will be your holding cord. Pull it in the direction you want your line to go. It can be horizontal, diagonal, or even curved. Now take your working cord. Bring it over the holding cord, pass it underneath, and pull it through the loop you've created. Tighten the knot firmly. Then repeat this same step once more around the same holding cord. These two wraps together create one complete double half hitch knot. If you only make one wrap, the knot won't be as secure and it may not look as neat. Next, take the following cord and repeat the same two wraps around the same holding cord. Continue like this, one cord at a time, until you've completed the entire row. The most important thing here is to keep the holding cord pulled tight the whole time. This cord controls the shape and direction of your line. The more evenly you hold it, the cleaner and neater your pattern will look. When I want the pattern to curve in a certain direction, I simply guide the holding cord that way. And by choosing the working cords in different orders, one after another, every other cord starting from the end or however you like, you can create all kinds of patterns. On the left, I'm taking the cords starting from the end, while on the right, I'm working from the beginning. Even that small change creates two completely different patterns. At the end, I changed the angle of the holding cord slightly, just to show you how easy it is to create different shapes and outlines with this knot. It's one of my favorite knots. It's the foundation behind so many macrame designs and ideas. So far, we've covered the starting knot and 3 of the most popular macrame knots. To wrap things up, I'll show you how to tie a gathering knot. It's commonly used to secure the bottom of plant hangers, gather cords together to create tassels, and for plenty of other finishing touches. Well, take a short piece of the same cord you've been working with. About 10 to 15 centimeters is enough for a project like mine. I also recommend untwisting the cord into smaller strands. Fold one end of the cord in half to make a small loop, just like I'm showing you here. Gather your cords together in one hand and straighten them as much as possible. Then place the loop against the bundle with the loop pointing downward. Using the longer end of the cord, wrap it neatly and evenly around the bundle. Make sure each wrap sits next to the previous one without overlapping, and leave the loop visible at the bottom. Once you're happy with the length of the wrap, thread the long end through the loop. Then pull on the short end of the loop that's sticking out at the top. This will pull the end back inside the wrap, locking everything securely in place. And that's it! Your gathering knot is finished. Trim off the excess ends and tuck them neatly underneath the wrap. Now let me show you the same knot one more time, this time using a thicker cord. And that's it! You now know the basic macrame knots, and you're ready to create your very first project. If you enjoyed this tutorial and found it helpful, I'd really appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up. Thanks so much for watching! Don't forget to subscribe, and let me know your thoughts or questions in the comments below. See you in the next one!